folks, Jermaine Farrell in the house. It is the Hardee's Friday Night Blitz Media Days. We're getting you ready for the 2024 season, and now we're checking in on the crew from Manita, the Golden Eagles of Staunton River. And joining me right now in his 6th year as head coach, Shaun Leonard. And Coach Leonard, welcome, buddy.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate you having us.
Looking like new money right now.
We'll take it.
Good deal. Last year, record-wise, not the best, but you did get into the playoffs, and that's really what everybody wants to do, get a shot, as Bill Parcells said, get into the tournament. 3-8 last year, but overall, just your thoughts about that season.
We lost a lot up front from the year before, and I think we overestimated what we could have had, and you know, as the season went on, we don't play an easy schedule by any means. We've got some heavy hitters throughout, and you know, we were in a couple of ball games that we felt like we had a shot in, and you know, you take the Franklin County game and it comes down to a field goal with 1 second left. So you know, we were right there, just came a little short in some games.
You know, the biggest thing you mentioned schedule-wise, I mean, you look at your district, it's a tough district, but then go outside of that. I mean, let's face facts, Region 3D is pretty strong.
Absolutely.
So just your thoughts about like going into this year and just what you think that way.
Well, I think again, we've got a lot of experience around everything except for the O-line. The O-line, we're probably starting 3 sophomores, a junior and a senior, so some experience there, but you know, some new kids as well, and you know, we feel like if we can get them up to speed quickly, then we've got a shot to be competitive in most every game we play.
So looking at your team as a whole, how many starters you got back on offense, how many you got on defense, and who are some of the guys we should have our eyes on this year?
We've got I think it's 7 and 7 on each side. You know, some mainstays that have been around for a while is Brady Barnes, Parker Chewning, Josh Kelly, Macon Ayers. They're all guys that will be a 4-year starter at the end of the year. So you know, we've had them since they were freshmen, and you know, they're here again one more time.
You mentioned something interesting. All right, like you're your 6th year or so, and obviously you kind of took them right around the COVID era, so that's you kind of look at those 2 years as a little different. But overall, now that you're in your 6th year, it's kind of big that because now people know the expectation and they know what to expect with your program. Know that you're going your 6th year. How big is that? Because now everything seems to be established with your team.
That establishment, that's the biggest thing. Consistency. Our kids know what our expectations are, what to expect, and the playbook has been, you know, pretty much the same. So our kids, you know, especially now with so much experience, like they're just jumping out there and they know exactly what we're having to do. They're doing more of the coaching than we are at this point. Thankfully, having those guys around that have been around for a long time now.
You mentioned something interesting too. You've had guys, like I said, I mean, you got guys that played 4 years. Yeah. I mean, so that's another advantage because there's probably nothing they haven't seen that they don't expect.
Exactly, and to see their growth through the years, and even the kids behind them that are going to, you know, have some valuable roles on the team as well. Those guys have come along as well, and you know, to see that experience play out and the leadership, that's the biggest thing. Having that, I thought we lacked some of that a year ago. But those kids grew up because, you know, the year before we had some seniors that really had led the way, and you know, when they graduated, it was a big hole, and it just took us a little while to rebound in that area. But I think we've got good, solid leadership going into this season, and I think that'll help these young kids out tremendously.
You mentioned something interesting, player-led teams, and obviously that's a big thing. I'm sure that's a coach's dream because they like player-led teams. I mean, talk about just the value of that too.
It just. I think when you have player-led teams, that's when you have a chance to be great, not just good. You know, with that, because they're setting the standard more so than we are as a coaching staff. You know, and that's invaluable in itself. And you know, if somebody's not doing something right, they'll take them aside and kind of take care of it before we do. And really, at this point, if we're involved, it should be pretty big. You know, with those guys leading the way.
When you look at off-season programs, and it seemed like that they've grown over the years. Like I remember when I played high school football, guess what? Didn't see the coach that much. It was kind of like, okay, go to the weight room, do your thing, and that's it. But now, you know, obviously you got athletes playing different sports, but just talk about the value of now you can go talk to your players, work with your players, and not only that, I mean, whereas when you start on day 1 of fall camp, it's not like they don't know what the playbook, they don't know the plays. They now know for the most part, so you're not really starting from ground zero in the fall.
It's huge. I was like you know, I played for Coach Ifill, William Byrd, and I was on the tail end of that era. Like, you know, you couldn't do the year-round stuff yet. It was just weight room and go play other sports, which we all did. And I'm still a big proponent of that. Go play everything, and we'll see you in the summer. That's kind of my biggest thing. And if I get you earlier than that, I get you earlier than that. But having that advantage throughout, especially throughout the summer, because that's when we see the majority of our kids, being able to work on our playbook stuff as much as we can, obviously within reason. A lot of it's on air or against bags, because you know all you can have is a helmet on, you know, and be covered by the insurance. But so and I'm okay with that too. I think you know, football is a physical sport, and being able to you know, to hit on each other all year round, I think that's bad for the body. So I think those rules are good and in place for a reason. So, but to be able to get out on the field and run through our stuff and at least know where the spots are is huge.
And finally, Coach, at the end of the day, what's it going to take for you guys to have the season you hope to expect and feel like you can have?
Just it's always a tough question.
Yeah.
We just got to be consistent. I thought last year we would have a good week, and then the next week we would kind of step back. So we want to use these building blocks, and you know, each day we get better. You know, kind of like we're building a house. Start from the foundation, you work your way up. Now, obviously, we feel like we're ahead of the game this year. You know, in terms of the walls being built. So, so we just need to keep stacking bricks on top of each other and just get better every day.
I tell you what, if anyone could stack the bricks, you can, Coach.
I'm going to try to anyway.
Coach Leonard, it's always a pleasure, sir.
Man,
thank you for being
sir.
here.
Yes, sir.
The Staunton River Golden Eagles in the Hardee's Friday Night Blitz Media Day Spotlight. We're getting you ready for the 2024 season.
Brady Barnes.
All right, spell it out for me.
Bardy Barns.
All right, where you go to school?
Staunton River High School.
And what year in school are you?
I'm going into my senior year.
Awesome sauce. And what is your position?
I play running back and free safety.
Cool beans. All right, Brady. Senior year, man.
Yes, sir.
You here?
I am.
I mean, how does it feel to kind of be here at this point?
It's a little bittersweet. You know, we've put so much work into getting here, but just knowing you only have 1 year left, it's kind of hard to accept that. But I'm looking forward to it.
I mean, you guys, you know, saw some successes last year, and I mean, how do you kind of push forward, build on top of that, and add your own building block at the same time?
We just continue to work hard. We're just looking to build every week. You know, progress, improve every week. You know, we saw some success last year, but this year I'm really looking forward to seeing what we could do.
And what can this team? I mean, I know what you guys are capable of, but I just want to hear from you. What can this team do?
I mean, a lot, man. It's just, we could be so good. It's just a matter of everybody going to buy in. Is everybody willing to, you know, grow as much as they can, the potential that they have? Are they willing to go that extra step? I think it's limitless, really. I think we could be a really good football team. But at the same time, there's, you know, people who don't want to buy in, who don't want to, you know, find the same success as others. But
So, I mean, the talent is there. It's whether or not the talent's going to be harnessed correctly.
yes, sir.
And then it's up to whether or not you guys hold yourselves accountable, correct?
Yes, sir.
I mean, is that really kind of what this is? I mean, you guys have been through so much over the past 4 seasons and things like that. I mean, to finally kind of get to this point, and, you know, we always say, hey, you want to win a chip, you want to do playoffs, you want to do this. Those are all the great things. But it starts like right here.
Oh, yeah.
In the off season. So how's the off season kind of been for you personally?
The off season's been good. You know, a lot better than last year, in my opinion. We've had a lot more guys buy in this summer. Last year was a little bit of a struggle. We had to, you know, really try and force some guys to get in the weight room, But after last year, you know, it was a little bit of a down year. They realized how good we could be. So a lot of them came out this year. You know, been working hard, been staying consistent this off season, lifting and being out in the field.
Was it kind of like, you know, some of those guys got a taste of it? They kind of felt it, and, you know, then it's like, okay, we know what we can do. Is that kind of what it was last year when you guys, you know, played your last game and things like that?
Yeah, we did find some success last year, and that success really, you know, boosted them. They knew how, like, if we played like that every game, we could be pretty good. And I think that really, you know, gave them that taste of success, made them work a little bit harder.
And, you know, what does it mean to you when you put that Staunton River jersey on?
It's a lot of pride, man. My family, my brothers, my sister, my dad, my mom all went here. It's an honor, honestly, to put this jersey on and go out there and play. It's just it's part of the bloodline, really. I mean, it means a lot to me.
So there's a lot just built into that, just in general, just in your DNA.
Yes, sir.
So what would it mean to you to kind of make it over that hump and keep this thing going?
It would be great to see how this hard work pays off. We've worked our butts off since we were 5 years old to get to this point, and I think one last year being successful would make it all worth it.
Awesome. You got some new swag too. How does that feel?
It feels great. We've been waiting on these for a long time. We've been asking Coach, when can we get them? When can we get some new jerseys? But these things look great. I'm very excited to play them.
What does Coach mean to you personally?
He's a great guy. He's a great role model to me. He's taught me a lot of things on and off the field. He's developed a lot of great men that were also great football players. But he's a great coach, great guy.
What is it like now that you kind of have to be an extension of him? I mean, I know he's a lot of fun, but he also preaches a certain amount of excellence, if not just the highest amount of excellence as well.
He does. At this point, I try and help him out. Try to take the load off his shoulders. I try to preach what he preaches to everybody else, so he doesn't have to, raise his voice as much or get on anybody else. I try and take over.
And I mean, how much fun is it going to be when you finally get to put pads on? I mean, I know it's going to be like your first game, but at the same time, you ready to have some fun, right?
I'm ready, man. I'm ready for one last year. I'm leaving it all on the field.
Parker Chewning, Parkerchewning.
All right. What's your position? I already know it, though.
Play D-line and tight end.
Yes, sir. All right, now. And where you go to school?
Staunton River High School.
And what year in school are you?
I'll be 2025, rising senior.
Man, that's weird.
Yeah.
All right, man. Well, how does it feel to be a senior?
I mean, kind of sad, low-key. I mean, I've been doing this for 4 years now, playing varsity, so it's kind of sad to see it come to an end.
I know it is.
But it ain't in yet, so that's bad.
I mean, you guys, how do you build off of last season?
We just gotta take one day at a time, really. That's about it. That's all you can do.
I mean, you guys have seen the successes and everything like that. And, I mean, what does it mean to you when you put that Staunton River jersey on?
It means a lot, really. You just gotta, you're playing beside kids you've been playing against your whole life, so you just gotta take your time with it, one day at a time, 1 week at a time.
I mean, you're now one of the elder statesmen on this, which is a weird thing for me to say, but you're one of the elder statesmen on this team, man.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys did lose some people, but this is your baby now.
Yeah.
I mean, what does that kind of mean, and what does that mean to you that you're in control of this?
It feels like you have to be the best person in the weight room, best person on the field and everything. You just got a higher standard you put on yourself and a higher standard you put on everybody else to want to be better than what we did last season.
I mean, and the other part of that is, you're going to be an extension of that gentleman right behind me.
Yeah.
I mean, what's it like actually being an extension of him? You got to coach some of these younger guys up. I think that's I know that's the expectation.
Yeah.
That he wants you to say, hey, look, I'm here to pick you guys up, but I also am expecting you guys to perform at the same time.
Yeah, I know how Coach feels when we were freshmen. Sometimes we probably didn't listen. We thought, hey, we're the freshmen on the team. I mean, we're the cool kids in school. We freshmen on varsity. But now we got all them little kids, so now we have to do the same thing he was really doing when we didn't have that mentor-like stuff with us when we were freshmen. So now we're trying to teach all the younger kids and these rising juniors and everything to try to build this program back up to what it was.
And what does it mean to you to kind of be able to leave kind of a piece of yourself there? I mean, this is a legacy that you kind of.
Yeah, I mean, it feels great because when I come back, when I do graduate, just to know I'm always part of a great family we got down there at Staunton River. So.
I mean, you guys are now flexing with some new swag.
Yeah.
Like I just said, you look good, you feel good, you play good.
Yeah, that's what they say.
What was it kind of like when you guys got these? Did you guys know you were getting these, or was it just kind of like,
Only
it was like poof?
So a couple of us knew we were gonna get new uniforms, like me and a bunch of the other couple seniors. But yeah, it was really nice to be able to see the mock-ups of them and then actually see them in person. It was actually really great to, like, because we've never seen a brand new uniform, nice uniform like this to wear. So I mean, it was great, really.
And you know, what does it mean? I mean, that's hard work. That's
Yeah, it is. It is. It feels like we've been waiting for this a long time. Yeah, really.
And what are some things that you're looking forward to? I know it's all about, you know, I know we always talk about winning chip. We always talk about going to the playoffs and stuff like that. But what are some goals that you want to see out of this team and some goals that you have for yourself?
For the team, I feel like just win the week. That's about it. Just win week after week. Just get after it at practice and everything. Then, like, personal goals, I just want to be the best teammate I can be to everybody, and then obviously perform on the field and do my best I can do.
And what does this group of guys mean to you?
Shoot, it's like playing with my brother, playing with my little. Actually, I am playing with my brother. He's gonna be my quarterback, so. But it means a lot playing with all these kids one last year.
What's that kind of like playing with your brother? What is that?
Oh God, it's he's one of them ones we gotta work on a little bit, but I'd like to punch him probably a couple times. It might happen in practice, but I guess we'll see what happens. Yeah.
But there's also this amount of, like, you know, accountability that's going into that, right?
Yeah, I mean it's definitely gonna be a great experience. I've never got to play with them, and I think it's gonna be really cool to look back on that, especially when later on down the road, saying you got to play with your little brother throwing you the ball. So.
That's a very unique situation. Not a lot of people get a chance to kind of do that. You
I
know?
know.
So, I mean, but talk a little bit about Coach. You know, what does he mean?
He's a great coach, but also he's a great guy. I mean, loved playing for him these 3 years, going on my fourth. It's gonna be sad leaving him behind, but some things just gotta come in, and I'm gonna miss him a lot.
You got anything else for me?
Nah, I'm it. That's it, really.